Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hi, this video is called Shastar Stories, and basically what that means, it's going to be about the Shastars that I've acquired over the last trip that I had to India, and going to be telling a few stories about them, sort of how I got them, what I feel about them, and were they the best purchases that I've ever made. And so let's dive into that. Okay, so the first Shastar we're going to be talking about is this Golia right here. So this Golia was on the last video that I made about how to do a Dodi on your Kirpan. So this was actually the first 3-foot sword, 3-foot Kirpan that I ever got, and sort of how I came upon it was a little interesting. I didn't think that I was getting a Shastar that day, but then I ended up getting it just because I thought it looked really cool. You know, it's just one of those things. So yeah, the way this Golia is sort of laid out, it has a soda blow handle here, and it was when I bought it and I was talking to the person that was selling it to me. They were at a Texali shop outside of Anand Prasad, and I was like, oh look, that looks like something that I wanted to get, and because I was in the market to get a 3-foot, Shastar such as this. So then I was like, oh, that might be a good purchase. So I ended up looking at it. I thought it was really nice. Obviously, I had no idea how to buy, Shastars at all at that point. I was just sort of, oh, it looks nice and shiny, that kind of thing, and I was like, I want to get it. And so I ended up getting it. But then as I started to learn more about Shastars while I was in India from like Nangs and other Sikhs, they were like, oh, they're usually the Purathan way that Kirpans are made is that the blade is fixed into the handle, and that's just all one big piece. It wasn't the case for this. I was kind of upset about it, but going into the actual Kirpan itself, we see that the Kirpan it's not soda glue, it's actually just steel, and I learned that after the fact, and I was like I said, pretty upset about that, because I was like, I thought I was getting a soda blow Kirpan, but then I got lied to. They said, oh yeah, it's soda blow, it's fine, everything is good. So be wary of merchants in India. And I learned that the hard way, but it's not such a bad Shastar. I'll say that's not so bad. It's not bad to like have just carry around and have it overall. People like it. It looks nice, but it wasn't what I asked for. It's not what I wanted at the time. But it's a nice collection to the Shastars that I do have. So the next Shastar I'm talking about is this other Golia right here. It's actually a lot smaller. It becomes 3 foot with the case, but it's just, I think, below 3 feet. But so this Kirpan is actually full soda blow Kirpan. It's a Golia as well, like I said, and I acquired this from a Texali shop at Harmandir Sahib, and so that's where I got this one in Amritsar. And I can say that I really do like this Kirpan, and I actually wish it was like a full 3-foot blade. But you get what you can get at the time, and I really do like this Kirpan a lot. It's very heavy, and so that also obviously adds on to the authenticity of it, for it to be sort of like a Purathan style of a Kirpan. So I'm gonna go through like how I got this one. I was honestly in the market for it at that time too. When I was in India, it was at the same trip that I got the other one at, and I wanted to, just get another Kirpan that was exactly what I wanted after talking to a few people. So I sort of became a little bit of an expert, and then I ended up going to Amritsar, where I knew that there were going to be a bunch of really nice Kirpans. So I ended up doing that. And so once that started to happen, another Texali shop, and they had limited Kirpans, and they were showing me Kirpans that I didn't want, and I kept telling them I don't want these Kirpans. I want something similar to the one I have right now, but I want it full soda blow. And then they showed me this one. This one was quite expensive. at the beginning price, and I was like, there's no way this can be that expensive. I don't remember what the price was at the time, but I know they wanted to charge me quite a bit of money for it. Ended up talking them down, got a pretty solid deal on it. It was worth it to stick around and get it. The only thing was the case was sort of ripped on this, and the casing itself, there was like a piece here, like a piece of wood that kind of started to break off. I don't know how that happened, but the case wasn't in the best of condition. So I went to somebody in India, ended up getting the case redone, and I like this case. It's got like a nice little texture to it. It's not like that other leather that I had on the Golia where it was smooth, but this is sort of a textury type material, which I like. It's not so bad. It looks nice overall. And so to look at the actual Golia, that's what it looks like right there. As you can see, it is full studded glow. Everything about it is studded glow. The blade itself is studded glow. It isn't one full piece, but the fact is that the handle and that the blade itself is all studded glow, which is all I really wanted. That's all I was asking for, so I got it. Pretty happy about that. And this is one of my favorite shastars to just have around. It's nice, small, compact, and it looks nice when you're wearing a chola and your bana, and it's just a nice grip-on to have overall. So that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the little stories that I was telling along with the shastars that I've acquired over time, reviews about the different grip-ons. I can do reviews about the other grip-ons individually if you'd like. I can go through sort of the specs of them and what sort of to look for, what not to look for when getting a grip-on, because I sort of touched upon that very briefly here. But there is so many different things you want to check before buying a grip-on, and it's one of those things that if you're a Westerner and you're going to India, you want to make sure you are getting what you want to get. And I actually will also talk about how to get the grip-ons back to where you're living because they don't fit in suitcases. So that will be a future video, and I hope to see you soon. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.